Hello and welcome back to the Apprentice 1-to-1 podcast. It's me, Mark, and today we're going to be talking about how to apply for a job role, and in specific terms, how to apply for an electrical apprentice job role. And again, there's quite a lot of young people following on the Apprentice 1-to-1 account over on Instagram. It's a common question I get asked, how should I put myself forward to apply for a particular position, having never done it before? And as always, you don't know what you don't know. So the best bit of advice I can give to anybody is to not forget the basics. And for some, this is outdated and it's not for every employer in 2022. But on the whole, you're going to need a CV. So make sure you look through some of the templates that are available online. Pick one that you like, that you feel suits your personality, and then fill it in with the basics. So that will be things from, your name and date of birth, your qualifications, your work history, your hobbies and interests. Showing that you've gone to that length to put all of your information into a CV is going to be a big factor in getting through the door and opening up the possibility of having an interview with an employer. That's a really important basic first step that anyone can make. And likewise, having a covering letter that you can send with that CV when you apply for a job is also really useful. And that can set out some of your unique circumstances. So if you're a school leaver, that you're just leaving school or about to leave school on whatever date, that you've seen this particular company and are really passionate about trying to get a potential interview with them for a job role, just to set out some of the key purposes in your application for a job, and also to try and get a bit of your personality over that you can't get into a CV itself. Having those basics covered off is a really important first step, and there's loads of templates that you can get if you even on Microsoft Office. If you go into Word, there's templates in there for CVs and covering letters, or hit up Google. There's lots in there if you've never seen or done one before, where you can get a bit of insight into how this should look and what employers might be expecting to see. Now, obviously, we are in 2022 now, and the world is a little bit different to how it was in 1980. And not all employers are looking for CVs and a traditional way of applying for jobs. That's just the reality of things as they are now. So building up a social media profile of your own in relation to the particular work role that you might be looking towards applying for. So, thinking off the top of my head right now, an Instagram account that might showcase some of the electrical work that you've been doing with family, friends, or some weekend work that you've been able to get. Just showing that you've got a set of tools and a bit of aptitude for the job role and a real interest in it. That's something that you can send to an employer for them to go and look at straight away. And it could be the difference between getting in the door and not. Also, if you're confident enough, some short little video clips of some of the work you've been doing as well. And even in terms of presenting your qualifications as well. So you could sit like I am now and talk through some of the qualifications you've got, some of the aspirations you've got for the future. It doesn't have to be a long video, a minute, a couple of minutes. And to tag that along as well with your application can give somebody a real feel for your character and personality, and again potentially set you aside from everyone else who is applying. So I hope those little tips have been useful. Again, the key thing from that is to put some effort in, to prepare as best you can, and try and open as many doors as you can for yourself. Through doing Apprentice 1-to-1, I know how many people are applying for electrical apprentice roles. If I share one in the London area, for example, there could be hundreds of people asking for those details to apply. So being able to stand out above everyone alongside you is only going to help, and that comes from effort and making sure that you are doing the basics and that you are trying to pitch yourself at that employer in the best way you can. So I hope that's been useful. If you have liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not already, subscribe to the channel. Thank you to everyone who has done so already. We're going to be discussing things like this on the podcast as well. And if you go off and check my other YouTube channel, Mark the Sparky Allison, some of the early Apprentice 1-to-1 podcasts I hosted on there with Neil, Rick and Sam, we discussed lots about interview techniques and also applying for job roles. There is some golden nuggets in there with those guys and various other people who came on to talk with me as well. And we'll be hoping to bring some more of that onto this channel in the future. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.